Hello, mining and crypto community members. Max Voltage here. I have an update today on the merge and some things that have been happening with Ethereum and the merge. And so we'll be talking about that. Three things we'll be talking about. First thing is Kintsugi, the first testnet. We'll be talking about the star name, as well as talking about the checklist and where this puts us on schedule for the merge. So first things first, today there was a call. Basically, it was the POS implementers call, proof of stake implementers call, where they talked about a number of different things. One of the things they talked about was the implementation of Kintsugi and how well it was going, and it's been going well. They actually did get through a merge, and 85% of all of the validators were online. So yes, they had a few problems, but we're at the very beginning of the testing. This is when they're going to find the most bugs and have to fix some things. That is normal development. So that's basically what's going on with Kintsugi. Again, the first testnet for Ethereum. They're no longer on DevNets. They're not focusing on DevNets. Now they're focusing on testnets. So again, it's an important transition for the Ethereum development team. The other thing that came up was that on December 20th, they are going to be naming what this fork is going to be called. So they've decided that they're going to name this fork after a star, and these are the 5 that are being considered: Bellatrix, Betelgeuse, I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's not Beetlejuice. It's Betelgeuse. It's German. Botine, Brachium, and Bubba. So if I'm guessing, I think it's either going to be Bellatrix or Betelgeuse. Hoping it's going to be Bellatrix, because Betelgeuse will get pronounced Beetlejuice, and yeah. So anyway, but it's going to be interesting to see. So on October 20th, they have a breakout. Ethereum Cat Herders has a breakout, and they're going to make a decision on which of the star names to use. Again, my vote is for Bellatrix. If anybody on the Ethereum team is listening, I think that one sounds cool. Definitely like what it stands for. So I think it's very cool. So anyway, so just know that you will start hearing not only, remember, it used to be referred to as ETH2. Now they changed to the merge, which is like ETH2 Lite, I guess you could call it. So, and now you're going to have another name to remember it by, but they always name their forks. And so this will be the name for the fork, will be the star name. And now we get to the main thing I wanted to talk about, which is the merge mainnet readiness checklist. And I checked this a little while ago, and they hadn't really, either hadn't updated it, or they have made a lot of progress, one of the two, or maybe a little bit of both. But we look through the specification consensus layer. Yes, they have some work to do on consider weak subjectivity period implications, as well as an optimistic sync spec. This is one of the things that they're focusing on right now. They're going to be having some discussions about. But it's really far along. And will they have the total specification done by the end of February? I'd put money on it. I think that they will have it done. There's not that much left to do. And that was what Tim Biko had said in order to make that end of May, beginning in June timeframe. So that's looking pretty complete. If you look at the execution layer, we're talking, basically frosting on top is all that's left on the execution layer with upgrading JSON. So that's not, I don't think that's really a big deal. The engine API is done, except for bonus features, not anything that's absolutely required. And then you have the public facing documents. There's still some things to be done there, but that's just the infrastructure provider guide. The only other thing is the bonus. So, I mean, we're looking at the specification is is mostly done. There's just a few things to complete. So yeah, they are far along. Now, when you start going down here into testing, yeah, this is where they're just starting to go into. So of course, these boxes aren't going to be checked. How fast these boxes get checked will define really how quickly they get to go to the merge. Yeah, I'm not betting against June. That's for sure at this point, once I've taken a look at this. So definitely some interesting discoveries on my part. At least I found them interesting. So let's kind of talk a little bit about where does this really take us? And I think that they will finish the specification by no later the end of February. And then the other really key point is how quickly can the clients come along? I think really at this point, based on this progress, two things I think will delay it. The client teams and how quickly they move, as well as discovery of any significant edge case scenarios where they say, hey, we hadn't thought about this. How do we fix this? Oh, wait a minute. This is a bigger problem than we thought. We have to kind of go backwards and redo some of the specification, those types of things. Overall, yeah, I think we're moving very quickly to the merge. And I truly believe that they are on time. They are end of May, beginning of June at this point, unless something dramatically fails somewhere along the way. So that's one of the things we'll be looking for. Hopefully happens. We certainly hope that they run into some edge case that they haven't predicted that will delay at least a few more months so that we can mine some more. But as I mentioned before in a previous video, be prepared. Be prepared for the merge coming on time. And right now it looks like it will be on time based upon where their checklist is. So as always, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe and hit that like button on the way out, as well as the bell notification. So again, thanks for tuning in, and everybody have a great night.